Folks, I got a new wallet for you. What I have here is something pretty cool. As you know, Google, Instagram, Facebook, they listen to everything we say on our phone. They research everything we Google in the Google bar and search for. And they apparently know that the Fanush likes wallets, right? They know that I like leather wallets. I like Shell Cordovan. So out of nowhere, in my feed comes wallet commercials. One of the ads that came up was a wallet, not this one, and I'll tell you why, was a wallet for a repurpose, like this is, wallet that's made out of a baseball glove, like an old baseball glove, which is what this is. Now, when that first came onto my feed, it was a rather expensive wallet. It was similar to this in design, but they wanted like $250, $265 for a wallet that was made out of repurposed leather, repurposed a mitt, a glove. Cool, no problem. I looked at it. I got interested because I do like minimalist wallets. This has the same footprint as similar to my Das Affenmeer leather Shell Cordovan wallet. Actually, the Das Affenmeer leather is a little bit wider, as you can see. Kinda, yep. It's a little bit shorter though. So specs on this particular wallet is 4x3. Anyways, before I got to this wallet, so I saw that in my feed, the wallet, $250, not this one. And then, because Google and Instagram knows everything that we search and look for and talk about, another one came up. That one was actually from Holtz Leather, a very well-known leather company, and they had a minimalist wallet, and they were a little bit more reasonable. I want to say like $125, $135. And I was intrigued because you know what? I mean, this is like about $100. Actually, this is Shell, so it might be a little bit more. But it's in my ballpark, that price. So I thought, hey, if these guys are making wallets, they probably got this idea from somebody else. So sure as shit, I go to Etsy. And in Etsy, I hit the search bar for baseball glove wallets. Tons of them, folks. Tons of them. And I came up with Reclaimed Glove. I don't know this gentleman. He didn't send this to me. But freeze it, pause it, check it out. Check out his Etsy page. He makes these all by hand at a reasonable price. I believe this one was $60. They range from 50 and up, right? I think his most expensive wallet might be like $65. Definitely worth it, worth it. All handmade, handcrafted here in the United States by, I believe, one gentleman named Thomas. So I saw this. I saw the reviews that people have written about their wallets they received. I was interested. It sounded good. So I took a chance. Again, this one was $60. It's a minimalist bifold wallet made out of a reclaimed baseball glove. It's leather, right? He uses nylon thread. Now, I don't know if this was part of the original glove. You see there's some nylon threads. I don't know if that was part of the original glove or he added that for aesthetics, right? But everything here, if this was already part of the glove, this is nylon thread and this is hand stitched. And you could tell it's not perfect, right? You could see he didn't do that with a machine. He did it by hand, and pretty decent. If this is all done by hand, like I'm sure he hammered the holes in and then he stitched it, it's not bad for what I paid, $60. This one is a Ted Williams, former Boston Red Sox baseball player, professional model glove. If you guys are into baseball, you'll recognize this. I showed this to my friends. At first they said, what is that? Made from a boot? But, excuse me, a good friend of mine that plays softball right away recognized that it was a baseball mitt. Totally intrigued. So if you got friends, if you are big baseball fanatics, if you have husbands, ladies, friends that love baseball gloves, this might be the wallet for them. Minimalist. Again, very small footprint. This hasn't been broken in yet. And I think they advertise it to hold like 8 credit cards and cash, right? So it's got an outer pocket, which is actually part of this pocket, as you can see. And I'll show you, it accommodates one or two cards there for your easy access card, and then the rest go in there. Same thing with the other side. I did notice that one side, you might see it, is a little bit longer cut than the other. I would imagine this is where I would put my cash. Or you could put your cash on the shorter side. I've been putting it in the longer side. Without further ado, let's see what we can put in there. So I got a couple of cards here. I got a key bar card. Let's say that's your main credit card, the one you don't really want to use. This is actually fairly thick. You throw that in the back, right? And then you got your Frucci amalgamated forget about it card, that's your debit card, and you use that all the time. You put it in the front. Actually, I've been putting two in the front, right? My what I put, my Amex and my Amex and my ATM card. So I like to use my two cards, and I like to keep them in the front because I use my ATM all the time, and I use my Amex. That's my go-to credit card. Then I got another Menivate with Trust. Say these are your IDs. You can throw them here in the back, right? I lost track how many cards. I had a little bit bourbon. And then maybe you could put an ID card here. So you can see it fits these cards, and it's not quite as minimalist. I do have this rather thick. You know what? Let's take this one. This is really chunky. And then you can see it's still kind of thick. Whatever. And then I got a couple bills here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bills. Say these are all 20s. And again, I'm going to throw it in the whiter side. Now, you could quarter that. I just did it in half. I did notice, like, when I fold it in half, it does kind of stick out a little bit. So maybe if you want to quarter it, which many of these minimalist cards suggest you do, it's going to be a smaller fold. All right, there it is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's got a couple of different models. Now these are all made from, again, from reclaimed baseball gloves that were used. This is broken in nicely. This is super supple and super soft, and you can see it's glove material. Now if you want to treat it, I guess you could put mink oil in it, but I have a feeling this glove was already treated in the past by someone that loved it and owned it. You can see it. You know how good glove just closes nice? That's what this does. It just closes nicely. Now, it's not as small, as thin as my Minimalist Das Afamir leather, but one thing that I do like about it is easier to access the cards, it's easier to access the cash, but for that you sacrifice a little bit of width. Now, I'm not sure, I only had this a couple days, I'm sure it's going to break in. Actually, I believe if you throw the cards inside, it might not stick out as much. So say you stick it in here. All right, so you got cards there, cash here. And you can see it closes a little better. Anyway, I thought it was pretty neat. Again, they market it to hold up to 8 credit cards. And you can see I just put the cash in there, I quartered it. Right? All created using an all-leather baseball glove. How much more American can you get? Made here in the United States. I forget exactly where he's at. Where does he say where he is? North Carolina. Pretty cool. Ted Williams professional model. He does have different models. He's the only one making them. I don't know how much he makes them, but I do follow him on Etsy. He's my favorite shop now. And every now and then I'll get a notification that he's got a new model. He's got different styles. Not all of them have this vent over here with the holes. Not all of them have this exposed stitching. Some of them have like the exposed leather stitching if you're into that. But you know what? Minimalist baseball glove wallet, if you have any interest, $60. I saw one for $50, some for $55. So if you're into it, you want to check it out. It's not a super big investment. You're helping support someone in the community that is making nice American products for you and me. Pretty quick shipping. Reclaimed glove. Go back, check it out. Freeze's card. Tell them Terra Fanatic sent you. Maybe they'll send me wallets. I don't know. Anyway, I bought this. I purchased this. You can see how thick the leather is. He burnished it a little bit. All right, folks. Quick little vid for you guys to check out this new wallet. I got new minimalist style wallet made from a baseball glove. All right, guys. Fanouche. Peace. I got another wallet coming in too, but I wanted to show you this one first. All right, thanks for watching. I'm going to put this on Instagram because I'm lazy. I don't want to film another one. And also on YouTube. Love you guys. Peace.